What it say, 59?
He jamming his jazz today though. I'm
Ain't he
glad it's this
though?
jazz and not that boppity boopity beat that he gave us last week.
Oh, wait, man.
I felt like I was in a heavy metal concert.
What's up there now?
And I mean, watch out there now. Good evening, good evening. Look, we is on, y'all. It's 9 o'clock. And it's Tuesday. How about it? It's Tuesday. Y'all welcome to Tuesday.
You know what that means.
Mm-hmm. What that mean? Tell us what that mean, Miss Cat.
Taco Tuesday!
Good evening, everybody. I'm just walking in the door, so please forgive us and me and them and everybody else. But we just getting to it. We's getting to it. We's getting to it. Of course,
I know you
this is
wasn't ready for this.
Tuesday at all. What? What was it? What you saw?
Taco, taco.
Let me let me get us situated right fast. Oh man, so I'm ecstatic. This is episode 32 on the Roundtable Talk Show, and of course, we are on the Knowledge is Power podcast live with our platform host Tony Renfro. And I mean, like, it's Tuesday, like I said, baby. And so, like, we getting ready. And I do apologize. I'm just now getting in the house, getting done from wrapping up a neighborhood association meeting. So, please forgive me. Please forgive me. So, like, we getting ready. And I do
Wait, hold
apologize.
on, wait, what is that?
Getting in the house, getting done from wrapping up a neighborhood association meeting. So, please forgive me.
The
Somebody
recording.
mute.
The recording.
So yeah, somebody needs to mute. Wait, hold on, wait, what is it? Or turn their other recording down.
It's the host.
Oh, it is the host. Oh, look at him. He want to hear it twice.
Is that nice, huh?
That's what I'm talking about. Cuz you better recognize. Oh man. So of course like I said, or I was beginning to say, welcome back, family, to the Roundtable Talk Show. Of course, I'm your host, Christopher Unk Jones, your brother, your neighbor, your fam. That's who I am. and
Punk.
tonight, and tonight we lighten up the airwaves for episode 32, the cover up, the cash, and the collapse, building the blueprint to fight back. And that's definitely what we have been doing for quite some time now on the Roundtable Talk Show. So, it's nothing new to us. Of course, we do have some new things that we'll be talking about, but again, the fight is nothing new to us. And like I said, I'm still setting up, so y'all forgive me. I'm a busy man, they say. At least a little bit. A few of them say that. Just a few of them, not all of them, just a few of them. But no, so like, that's what we're talking about tonight. The cover up, the cash, and the collapse, building the blueprint to fight back. And I definitely want us to be in a position where we are apt to fight back. And this comes, fighting back the tyrant, not just the tyrant, but in our communities as a collective. And so that's where we at on today. Now again, like I said, excuse me, I'm still moving around, still getting stuff situated, trying to make sure my show up and running over here and over there. So yeah, let me get all that together. All right, all right, all right. I think I'm situated. I think I'm situated. So, um, I definitely want um, for us to know, you know, this particular episode is not about um, just going along with the flow. Okay, so um, strap in, be ready, because we're definitely talking about some of the things that is needed to be dialogued or discussed in our community. And so they've been playing with us for far too long, y'all. The headlines say one thing, but the hidden hand is doing another. From Washington, D.C. to our current neighborhoods, um, power is moving. Power is moving like electricity, or even sometimes faster than the speed of light. And it ain't moving in our favor. That's what I want y'all to know. We ain't catching none of it. But what they forgot is when the people get informed, when the people get organized, when the people get loud, when the people find their pride again within themselves, we end up being the power. We are the power. We are 100% the power. And I love to give people power. I love operating in people power. Now, we're not just talking tonight. We're actually outlining a blueprint. Like I said in the beginning, we're going to identify the conflicts, expose the causes, reveal the consequences, and lay out the cures. The cures that are needed in our community, because enough is enough. They've, you know, stole enough. They're not going to keep stealing in the daylight while uh, blaming us for the dark. Oh, I took that last night. I'm gonna need that back today. Or you let me borrow that, that kind of stuff. And before we dive in, let me bring in my team. Of course, y'all know who helps me break it all the way down every week. We got my sister, my big sister, Queen Catherine Campbell. Say good evening to the people.
Doctor. Hello. Good evening, people.
Come on, Dr. Campbell. She is always sharp, always grounded, bringing that truth with clarity. Of course, y'all know her. Y'all know her. My brother Perry Busby. Of course, I don't see him on, but he might tip in here pretty soon. That's the numbers, the man of the numbers and receipts and straight talk. He digs where the media tries to hide. Of course, my battle buddy Dustin Harris is here. Say hello to the people, Dustin.
What up? What it is?
What it do? Yeah, that's the man that make it plain. Voice of the people, you heard me. He brings it home to the streets, from the streets, and to the households. Did you catch that? Yeah, that's how that goes down. And tonight, I mean, I definitely want y'all to stand up and yeah. No, just kidding. Tonight we are honored to welcome our people from the Disconnect podcast. Of course, Jay No, the Sun King, and I be knowing my sister Queen. I be knowing. Say hello to the people,
What's
man.
up? What's up? What's up? Hello, y'all. Thank y'all for having me. It is an honor. It is an honor to be up here
Absolutely.
with
It
all
is a
these intelligent
pleasure.
folk. All these intelligent folk. It is an
It is a
honor.
pleasure, man. I'm so glad
Absolutely.
that y'all able to join us on this particular platform. And of course, we'll be definitely sharpening each other from space to space. But welcome to the table, my brother and my sister. Of course, Jay know the Sun King, he might tip in a little bit late, but if not,
Yeah.
he's always welcome back to the round table talk. This family reunion right here, when I tell y'all we've been waiting on this connection, because the times call for truth tellers who ain't scared to speak up, speak out, and liberate our community. So again, I definitely want to welcome our guest co-host on this evening. Now let's get into it, because the house is on fire. The roof. No, the whole house is on fire. And we ain't got no time to whisper, okay? So we're gonna jump right into segment one right now. Of course, you know, segment one is our national topic. On the national level, we're talking about the shutdown illusion, right? What they're covering up while pretending the government's broke. The richest country in the world, allegedly, right? They say the government's shutting down or shut down again under this 45th, 47th president. And so, and I use that word president loosely, but I definitely say the truth's been shut down longer than that. Y'all know that, right? Every time Washington starts this shutdown stuff, especially under 45, 47, they use it to hide something. Y'all ever notice that? Budgets don't just run out, truths get buried. 100%. This isn't about money, it's about manipulation. While families worry about missing paychecks and benefits, especially federally employed individuals, military individuals included, files get sealed, contracts get pushed through, and $1 billion defense deal gets signed in silence, right? Mind you, the Epstein files, or E-list, we gonna call it, goes quiet. Qatar gets access to American bases, and regular folks like you and I are out here trying to make rent, while the government's trading our security to the highest bidder. I just definitely want y'all to know, to pay attention when soldiers start walking away, just like we mentioned to y'all last week, when veterans decide they no longer want to volunteer, they no longer want to be a part of, or they continue to say, I did not sign up for this, that's not politics. That's collapse from the inside, right? And so, yeah, we just want y'all to know what we got in store for y'all today. So be ready, be ready, be ready, be ready. Dr. Campbell, you ready for your shot?
Yes, sir.
Who's cashing in when the government shuts down and what stories disappear? Can you elaborate a little?
Yeah.
All right, cool. You got the floor, Queen.
So, so during the October 20, I'm gonna keep it current. Okay.
What you say?
Dur-
Just yesterday. This happened just yesterday.
uh, During the
Go ahead,
October
Queen.
2025 25 government shutdown, private contractors and political operatives are quietly profiting while federal investigations stall, letting potential scandals slip into the shadows.
Yeah.
Here are two current examples. So, who's cashing in?
Hmm.
Hear me now. Defense and border contractors stay paid while feds go unpaid. Hmm. While nearly 900,000 federal employees are furloughed, defense and homeland security contractors funded through multi-year appropriations continue operations uninterrupted.
Right. Including the elected. They still getting paid.
Uninterrupted. Companies supplying surveillance tech, detention services, and cybersecurity tools to agencies like DHS and DOD are still billing the government.
Yeah.
Mm. These firms benefit from accepted statuses, meaning their contracts remain active even as civilian oversight thins out.
Right.
What disappears in the fall? FTC and DOJ antitrust investigations put on ice.
Hmm.
The
Hmm.
DOJ antitrust? Okay. The Federal Trade Commission and Departments of Justice antitrust division have suspended most non-merger investigations during the shutdown. This means probes into corporate price fixing, anti-competitive behavior, and consumer fraud are paused
Mm-hmm.
unless a statute of limitations is about to expire. Even merger reviews are slowed, with fewer staff available to scrutinize the deals.
Mm-hmm.
Companies facing scrutiny may now get a reprieve or even close deals before deeper review resumes.
Mm-hmm.
Shutdowns don't just freeze paychecks, they freeze accountability. So make sure you watch that. Follow the money. If you want to dig deeper, who's profiting or what's being buried, you can track specific agencies, contracts, or investigations.
Yeah, yeah. That's it. That was it.
I said if you want to do find out more where to go.
Oh,
That
oh,
was
that's what you
it.
said. I thought you
That
was fit to go
was
there. I thought you was fit to take us there. You know, you
it. No,
had
I,
us all feeling like one of the staple singers last week.
but
I
we
took
have
you
guests
there.
tonight, and so I'm trying to leave room for my guests. I'm trying to
I
be a good
appreciate
host.
that. You are
Yeah.
so kind, Queen. We
Yeah,
love it.
yeah. I gotta watch out for my guests.
Yes, indeed. Dustin, you ready for your shot?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So let us know what all of this means for regular households, right? How does this shutdown quietly touch our personal lives?
Well, I give you the nice 45-minute filibuster convo about it, but I'm gonna keep it straight to the point. Uh, Politicians are basically spending this time to play with our lives,
Facts.
point blank, period. And why they doing it? They gonna dress the pig up in a prom dress and say it's all pretty and whatnot. But what's really going on is they taking y'all everyday life, throw it in the trash can, and gonna call it soup. So
Mm.
one thing y'all need to watch, the biggest battle, I'm just over there. The biggest battle that's going on is they're trying to up y'all health insurance again.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you paying for health insurance, go and multiply that sucker by two. That's what they're trying to hit you with. And one side is saying no, the other side is saying we want more money. So what we're gonna end up with is they just gonna keep arguing. Even though we supposed to be the richest country in the world, somehow we ain't got free healthcare. But that's another subject for another day.
Make it make sense. We're gonna tap on that too. Uh Key, I be knowing. Queen, I be knowing. Are you
Yes,
ready for
sir.
your shot?
I am ready.
Oh man, let me see what kind of shot glass she working with. So, if shutdowns are political weapons, how do
Mhm.
we keep our communities stable through this or their chaos?
I would say, first of all, we need to secure the food, right? It's time to start getting your green thumb activated, right? It's
Uh-huh.
time to start back growing your own crops and stuff. Even if you live in an apartment and stuff, you could throw some stuff on the patio, throw some bell peppers or stuff, and you know stuff up in there. You can link up with
Yeah,
a couple of other families besides yourself and say we'll grow this, and then y'all grow that, and y'all can buy, sell, and trade, amongst each other, and just come out of these grocery stores because
right,
half of the stuff they selling up in there is fake anyway. Uh, seedless this, seedless that is not healing anything. So we could definitely
right.
start there with growing our own crops. Um, I just recently found I didn't know that it was illegal to catch rainwater. I want to talk about the water. The water system is terrible. I'm so tired of drinking bottled waters. We didn't drink bottled waters coming up. You know what we did? We drank our water out the
Right.
water hose. And it tastes like a little like rubber. It tastes a little like rubber because it's sitting in hot sun a little bit, but
All
that was
day.
okay. That was
Yeah,
okay. But definitely like I feel like collecting rainwater. I never knew that was illegal to do that, to collect rainwater.
yes. In some states and in some places it is definitely illegal um to collect rainwater. But we even talked about that, Queen, a little while back. I want to say it was like a little while back, almost more than a month, where we were talking about collecting, being able to collect rainwater. And here in the state of Texas, you can legally collect rainwater, but there may be counties and or municipalities in Texas that do not allow you to collect rainwater,
Ah, okay.
or have a certain amount to collect, and
Ain't that
or you
something?
have to release certain. Yeah, that's what they do.
Wow. Well, I would say like even like the water wells, like maybe look into like installing, like some
Hmm.
water wells and see, like what's the cost say, like what's the procedures, and stuff like that. So maybe they would probably put us where we need to be, like for as far as water is concerned.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
go ahead. I'm loving it. Yeah, you
yeah,
was ready
yeah.
for this shot.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of like thinking, like, oh, it's maybe like picking up on some skills. It's time to start picking up on like some natural skills, that you have, so you could be essential,
Hmm.
in the community. A lot of people selling stuff that's not essential. And a
Yeah.
lot of this stuff is not gonna last. A lot of this stuff is not gonna sustain anybody. It's gonna be
Right.
pointless and
Right.
useless here after a while, because nobody's gonna be worried about any of this stuff. People gonna be out here worried about trying to heal their bodies, how to survive, and how to, sustain their families. So
Yeah.
these are just, few of the things. Maybe even start tapping into learning more about your health, getting into those herbs, and stuff like that, as far as like, aiding each other, with different things
Yeah.
or whatever, coming out of these hospitals and stop letting people dope us up with all this medication, all these pills and stuff they want to shove down people's throat, right? And
Hmm.
this caused this side effect, and this caused this side effect, and and just killing everybody up, with all this different stuff, and a lot of people don't realize that it's not a sickness that could come upon a human body, that is not a natural herb that grows from Mother Earth that would cure it,
Yes.
so everything goes together. And to say that that's not the case is to say that God did a half job, so
Right,
yeah,
man. And I serve no half-ass God. What you talking
exactly.
about?
Exactly. Exactly. So, I could go on and on. I just wanna, I'm gonna
What
land
you
there.
say? I'm gonna keep throwing this shot glass
I'm gonna
back
land,
right
yeah,
here.
like I'm gonna land my plane, because I would just be going. Y'all know I could talk, honey.
Yes,
I could talk.
indeed. Yes, indeed. So I did get a comment um from Dr. Campbell. She said, "Facts, sis." She probably didn't want to scream that like while you was talking, but that's what she said. Facts, sis.
Absolute. Thank you, Doc. Thank you. Thank you.
So yes. I mean, like, for the chat, this is what we want to say for the chat. When the system shut down, so we always like to ask you all some questions. So when the system shuts down, who keeps America alive? The government or the people? And I want you to type one in the chat for the government or two in the chat for the people. So yeah, put that in there. Drop that in the chat right fast so y'all could go ahead and respond to that. Your Know your rights for this particular segment is, again, shut down or not, you still have the power. Period. And I do believe I said that tonight during our neighborhood association meeting. Request your Federal of Information Act. Go after it. Even with the government shut down, they still have things that's going on that's operative. Our military may not be getting paid, but our elected sure gets paid. They payment don't stop at all. Make
The
that make
military
sense?
should be getting a check this week.
Allegedly. I don't believe nothing that the 4547 says, because he lied better than a bear rug. But we not here nor there on that one. Know your rights again. Shut down or not, you still have the power. File a Federal of Information Act. Request transparency laws, and government records can legally disappear. I want y'all to know. Hold on to them. Hold on to them records. Get as many copies as you possibly can, so that whenever push comes to shove, you can sue your government. Now let's move to the roundtable talk. I done posted that in the chat for y'all to know your rights. The roundtable question for this particular segment is, if shutdowns are tools to hide the truth and silence accountability, how can citizens, regular, everyday citizens, reclaim control over what gets exposed and what gets ignored? Dr. Campbell, you have the floor.
Expose what they bury. Citizens reclaim control by tracking agency silence. Follow watchdogs like the GAO, the IGs, and the FOIA requests to see what investigations stall. Amplifying independent journalism. Support outlets that dig into what the government won't publish. And by demanding transparency laws, push for automatic disclosure of paused enforcement, delayed audits, and shutdown exemptions, and voting with vigilance. Elect leaders who
Yes.
treat oversight as a duty, not an inconvenience. Shutdowns
Mm-hmm.
fog the truth. Public pressure pierces it.
Period. Point,
Mic
point
drop.
blank, period. You hear me? Look, my eyes go cross on that one, Quinn. What you talking about? Yes. Queen, I be
Left it
knowing.
smoking.
You ready? You ready? You got the floor, Queen. I be knowing. It's your time. Ladies first. You there?
Hello?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
can
can
hear
hear
me?
you. So if yeah. So the roundtable question for this particular subject or topic is if shutdowns are tools to hide the truth or hide truth and silence accountability, how can citizens reclaim control over what gets exposed and what gets ignored?
By being aware, by being aware of what's
Mm,
going on, by being in tune, by not, turning a blind eye,
hmm.
to things, by reinstalling the moral compass, of yourself, so you can, be able to see through these people, because most of these people, are full of crap too. And then, so that's why they comfortable with moving in spaces with everybody else that's full of crap. They can't even see through each other because they all shapeshifters, so
Yeah.
it's a whole lot of that going on. It's a whole lot of people just, wanting to get clout, wanting to look cute and take pictures and just feel important, and just to say that they're that they're relevant, and stuff, but not really even moving, not even doing anything. So
Yeah.
I would say just calling people out on their BS. I'm with Doc on that. Calling people out on their BS and just not letting people make it, not people, especially when you know that this person has the power and in control of a lot of other people. You have the responsibility to call that person out. Stop letting people make it.
Yeah.
We gotta stop.
Yeah.
We gotta stop.
Yeah. Dr. Campbell said, you better check yourself before you wreck
I
yourself.
know that's right, Doc.
Dustin,
I
you got
like
the
what she
floor,
said
brother.
about,
Get it.
I really like what she said
Go
about
ahead, Queen.
resetting your own moral compass first, huh?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely,
Mm-hmm.
because it starts with
Get that
self. A
beam
lot
out
of
my
people,
eye first.
a lot of and that's how a lot of great leaders fall. I was just talking to somebody about that earlier today. A lot of great leaders fall because we out here in the world trying to make a change and try to make a difference without checking ourselves first. If you got all these different vices, if you know that
Mm,
you have a sexual problem, right? And this is what you constantly dealing with. This is the way that they're going to come at you. If you know
right.
that you have an addiction personality, this is the way
Right.
that they're going to come at you. If you know you're dealing with infidelity in your household and stuff, like, you got to really check within yourself before you start going on the outside to try to go save the world. That's where it
Exactly.
starts,
Exactly.
because they
Exactly.
come at you through your vices to bring you down.
Man. Man. I'm telling you, she on it. I'm telling you, she is on it. She is
Who is
on
that
it.
making? Who is doing all that talking?
Which one? Oh, you asking that because you can't see her face. That's
How
why
we
he
doing all that
asking.
talking? She's talking a good game. It's good.
And that's
Yes,
that's
sir.
one of that's one of Beaumont's finest. That is Miss Kiki. He D, cuz that's what that is. That's what that is. But you know, she got her online persona, and it's called I Be Knowing.
Absolutely.
Okay, okay.
But yeah, that's
I'm
Miss
just
Kiki
I'm
D.
just being nosy. She's got a good talk game.
That's my little sister, man.
All right, all right.
Central High School's finest. You understand? Jaguars till
Absolutely.
we die on this line.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Dustin, you at the floor.
Well, I just say it's about time we go ahead and go and wake up and realize it's not quite the Hunger Games, but it is a game at the end of the day. So play the game they play. Do people know there's an app that you can basically pick any politician, whatever they invest in, you can invest in. It does it automatically. So I guarantee if enough of these people start making money off of it, they'll stop. Easy fix.
Would you say easy fix? You want to shut it down? I bet you pick it back up. So I totally agree, especially because tax time is coming. And if y'all close, I'm not paying no taxes. I'm telling y'all that now. I mean, like that's like going by Popeyes, and they ain't got no chicken.
We ain't got
Like
no
that makes
Popeye.
sense. We do have a
Ah,
Popeyes.
that
It's
part.
being rebuilt. It's being rebuilt.
Look, I don't care what you do it in the future. We got one now.
It's
Want
something
some
about right
Popeyes
now.
now.
I want some Popeyes now. Yes,
I
indeed.
know we did run out of chicken.
They ran out of
Would you say
chicken,
they
biscuits,
always did
fries,
run out of
rice,
chicken?
employees, everything.
Hey, man. So let me answer this question right fast. I will say, you know, one of the things we have to do is, like Dustin said, they gamble on us being tired. That's their gamble. They expecting us to be exhausted, tired, not paying attention, disconnected, right? Distracted, too broke to care. I hear so many people say, "Oh man, I ain't got time. I'm so broke, I can't even pay attention to that, Chris." But every person with a phone, every worker with a story, every veteran who knows the game, that's the new press corps. I promise. Well, I don't need to hear from them. Most of y'all already know we prefer to go on at 9 o'clock, so you won't have to depend on the 10 o'clock news. What? That's where we at. Um, Document, record, share it before they rewrite it, right? That's why a lot of people during the Biden administration kept telling us get you a pocket constitution, get your constitution, get you a pocket constitution, because they obviously saw what was coming down the pipeline from 45, 47 in removing particulars from the constitution, right? um then I definitely want us to know that the cure to this darkness, or their darkness in particular, is our daylight. 100%. Light and dark has no fellowship, y'all. That's why they're trying to figure out why majority of the Negro population has been dissociated from what's going on currently in this America. Well, we don't have no fellowship with that. We tried to shine the light in some of the spaces for many individuals, and y'all didn't see that. And even after we showed y'all that we didn't care no more, y'all still trying to like pull us into it. But get this. Keep those eyes open, y'all. Keep your mouth louder than their lies, 100%. Because even though we are choosing to not participate, some of us are choosing not to participate. We still have to watch and make sure that you better not come over here with that stupidness. I'm telling you, don't come over here with that crap. Don't come over here. Don't come over here. Don't come in my neighborhood with that. I mean, I brag a lot about my neighborhood. Don't come over here with that. Again, I'm not one of those. individuals um, from the 40s or from the 60s. I'm not. I'm an 80s baby, and I'll render prayer to you, but eventually you gonna have me to pull out the switch like my grandmother, or pull out the strap like Jesus, and whip all y'all out the synagogue, and including the White House. Y'all better stop playing with people, because everybody ain't rap tight, and especially if this shutdown goes longer than expected and you start affecting some of these senior and veteran payments. Oh yeah, y'all. And I do not condone violence or political violence, but I'm telling you now, and let that thing stray a little bit longer than y'all expected. See how many veterans come out. Y'all already got some of our family members and friends with no pay, and they still gotta go to work. You know how ugly that facial expression is. Every morning you gotta look at somebody in their face and know that they still not gonna get paid for their work that they rendered. Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's what we got going on. So segment two. Segment two, of course, is on our state level. We talking about Texas, but this is definitely nationwide, right? And we found out nationwide's not on your side. All right, so the title for this particular segment is The Ballot Trap. 14 amendments in Texas, 50 blueprints across America. Um, let's get uh let's get it straight. I'm trying to not cuss, because this one right here aggravates me all the way to my core. And as hard as it is, I prayed and I asked the Lord to purge my lips and my tongue with hyssop, so that I won't cuss today, Miss Cat, because I know we got company. So let me see. Because
Respect the mic. Respect the mic.
this next part is the real setup, y'all. Here in Texas, we got 14 propositions on the ballot coming this November. But you don't dare think that this is just a Texas thing. Please don't think that. To all our listeners and viewers, of course, the same kind of slick wordplay that they're adding to your ballots is showing up on ballots across the entire country. Again, like we tried to let you know that Texas had rolled out the Project 2025 long before 45, 47 had took office again. And that's the operations we've been running here in the state of Texas for since 2020, you ask me. But then again, like I said, they say relief, but that means restriction. They say security, but that means surveillance. They say freedom, but that means fewer voices at the table. That's what that means. So all they did was freed you up from your responsibility here in the state of Texas. See, the weapon isn't a gun. They're weaponizing the ballot 100%. They turned democracy here in the state of Texas, they turned democracy into a trap. Go vote and see if we don't arrest you like they was doing in Florida. We'll tell you that you had no right to vote, but we can do that because my my attorney general is a criminal himself. So go figure. They write it one way, spin it another, and before you know it, you voted away all of your own power, all of your own policy out of every policy that the state of Texas had to offer you, thinking you were protecting it or thinking you were targeting other individuals. Well, I'm sorry to say, just like the Bible says, he reigns on the just as well as the unjust. And he flooded y'all out. Y'all see, huh? I didn't mean to laugh, but hey, sometimes you gotta laugh to keep from crying. This is not, I definitely want y'all to know that this is not right or left. we don't see right or left here on this podcast. We are the bird. We are the body of the bird. So y'all could go ahead and be the wing if y'all want. We'll let y'all do that. And eventually we'll clip y'all off. Y'all lucky we not a lizard, because we'll grow new wings and leave yourselves behind. But this ain't, this ain't it. This ain't what they expecting. This, what we offer, is the power versus the people. And that's what we want you to know, that they're setting up. Power versus people. And the power is supposed to be to the people. All power to the people. Anyway, y'all ready for y'all shots? Say yeah.
Woo!
Don't all talk at one time.
Man, Dustin,
No
I'm
chaser.
gonna give you your shot. I'm gonna give you your shot first, brother. Um, how do we build a culture of political literacy before election day?
Well, first sit down, take them rose-colored glasses off, and have real conversations. Like you do back in the day when nobody gave a damn about people's feelings. Those conversations. Have those again. Don't let
Yeah.
people sit here and sell you a dream about some stuff that you ain't gonna use, ain't gonna need, ain't ever gonna go to, but they tell you the city needs it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, cool. The city needs a lot of things that y'all didn't list, but you wanted to tell me about these few things. Well, I got my own list. The city needs more drainage everywhere, not just where rich people house at, everywhere.
Right,
And people are like,
right.
well, you don't live over there, so why you care? My family lives all over Beaumont. So guess what? They might live there. So shut up and fix that drainage. Fix them water pumps. Get them lights together. Get that train
Yeah.
system going. Fix these potholes. Because if you crack my rims, I'm going to be on your ass. I'm going to let you know that now. Because
I'm telling you, they
I
telling
hit
people
one the other
now.
day. My goddamn windshield wipers came on. But let's get sidetracked.
Golly, man. I'm
But
surprised
don't
it
sit
didn't throw
here.
you out the vehicle.
But don't sit here and pay $98,000 to tell people a dream. Hell, you could have gave that money. I could have did it better. I could have had
I'm
that
just
dream up
I'm
there
telling you.
rivaling with MLK.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Dr. Campbell, you ready for your shot?
So no.
Awesome. What kind of language tricks voters into signing away their rights? Especially being that they don't know what ad valorem means. Go ahead, you got it, Queen.
Well, first of all, that type of language weaponizes comfort, right? So we got to
Mm,
see that first and foremost.
mm,
Saying in our face. Words like freedom, security, and relief seduces voters with emotional
mm,
bait while masking trade-offs like surveillance, spending, and loss of rights. They sell obedience as empowerment. Hmm. Turning complex policy into feel-good slogans that scrutinize silence.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That was it. Man. And
We have to.
I mean the beat down. But you know how like we used to pow, 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 pow. Yeah, yeah. Beat the man. We beats the man on this show, I be knowing. So
I,
But
I see. I see.
able to you
so
start quick, huh?
yes indeed. We beats the man on this show. So Key, I be knowing. You ready for your shot?
I'm ready.
Absolutely. If we're rewriting the rules from the top down, how do we write them back from the bottom up?
I would say um it wouldn't start on like a macro scale. I would say it would start on a micro scale. I would say there's something you need to focus on your local community. decision makers and leaders and stuff like that. It doesn't start. A lot of people watch CNN all day and they think they know what's going on and stuff like that, but they don't realize that they can make a lot of changes in their own communities, just like locally. And you know who
Hmm.
taught me that? Christopher Jones. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Can I be a little transparent? I am this
Go
is
ahead,
not
Queen. It's the round table. You know what I'm
this
talking
is
about, and this
not
your shot.
baby, this is not my area of expertise. This is not my kind of talk. I be talking about other stuff, but I sit on that phone with Chris for hours and hours and hours, and I learn these things. This is who I learned this from, and I never really looked at it this way because I never even took an interest in this. And this is where I learned this from. So if we want to start building things from the bottom up, we need to focus on the local decision makers. They are the ones that can change your whole life. They are the ones that's doing the most. They're the reason that downtown Beaumont looked the way it looks, and never came back to life. I don't even remember ever going. I heard about JC Penney's down there. Anybody ever been to JC Penney's when they was thriving, when the mall and stuff was down there and downtown? I hear about all these wonderful things, but I've never.
About enough.
I would love to experience some of these
We're not
wonderful
old
things.
enough. Yeah, that's what they
We're
said.
not
We're
old
not old
enough.
enough.
So
What
just
was that,
stuff
the
like
20s?
that, those type of things. This is how we could build it from there. We need to start pressing on these local people, so they don't just, because it's bigger than just looking cute. I'm gonna land my plane right there. I'm gonna just land right there.
Maybe we get
Absolutely.
Flanagan to sell some of them buildings. We go ahead and then do something downtown.
Or
Well, you
something. And,
know,
and some of them buildings, from what I've been kind of looking into it, some of those buildings been owned by people from generations and generations and generations and generations,
Mhm.
and they don't want to sell the buildings. They
Yeah,
don't want to come off of them.
because
So
they
they
I
don't
waiting
want to
on
so
come
how do we
off
get
something.
of it or
around that?
develop it either.
They waiting on
They don't
some
want to develop it
millionaire
and they don't
to
want to
come
sell
take
it.
it.
Right.
Right.
So how do we get around that? These are questions we need to start asking y'all. Like as far as like rebuilding.
Yeah. 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 I'm so
If they
glad.
keep the
I'm
money
so glad
stagnant
you on the show.
now, if they
Say
keep the
that
money
again, Queen.
stagnant, if they keep the money stagnant, then they can maintain the control that they have over this Tevis place.
But they keep
Yeah.
friends on the city council. They'll keep going.
Yeah. I keep trying to tell them
And
about
they
their
pay to
shadow
do that.
government. Say that again, Queen.
They do pay to do that.
Hmm.
Who? And they pay
Apparently,
well
they
to
pay
do
good.
it.
It's a hell of a check,
Man,
allegedly.
man. Flashpoint. Hey, chat. This is for y'all, listeners and viewers. This is for y'all. Have you read your ballot, your sample ballot, or trusted the headlines? And that's here for the state of Texas um, propositions that are coming. 14 new propositions. Have you read that ballot? Yes or no? Type one for yeah, you read it. Type two for trust them to do whatever it is they're gonna do, or put a number three in the chat and say that you're reading it right now so that you know what's going on in the space that you call home. I'm telling y'all, be very careful. I'm typing that up, dropping that in the chat for y'all right now so that y'all can have it. Know your rights. I definitely want you to know your rights in this particular space, and the way you can fight against your tyrant state, and being that we live here in the state of Texas, we want you to know that you can request every ballot proposition in plain language from your local election office before you go vote. Go to Jefferson County, tell them I need a plain language sample ballot, or give me a plain language proposition breakdown so that I can make an informed decision on these state propositions. Again, these propositions ain't just gonna touch people in Beaumont. They gonna slap us all across the back of our head, regardless to what color you are, what's your socioeconomic status, how old or young you are, whether you're in the womb or about to come out the womb tomorrow. It's going to affect you. I definitely want you to know that. So know your rights. Ask them. for this information before you vote. Don't let propaganda write your future. That's what we're looking at. Especially, like I said, they're anticipating on us being disconnected in the first place. So, you definitely want to check that out statewide. Nationwide is on. Yeah. So make sure y'all check that out before you go to the polls. Check your propositions in regardless to what state you live in. Most of the times those propositions come out around this time. And then after propositions, you could guarantee somewhere around March or maybe even May, you'll have your primary elections where you now starting to elect individuals for your particular party to run in November. But again, they don't tell us all that, and many of us don't tell us that either because they want to get in them seats by the shadow government without us even knowing it. So yeah, we're gonna drop that in the chat. Know your rights, right fast. Roundtable question: if the people's ballots are being used to legalize their own loss of power, how do we rewrite the script before it's permanent? Dr. Campbell, you have the floor.
Refuse the script and write on your own terms. Decode the ballot. Read past the slogans to expose the fine print. Organize outside the booth. Build power through assemblies, cooperatives, and watchdog networks. Demanding transparency.
Mm-hmm.
Every vote must come with receipts, audits,
Mm-hmm.
and public oversight. Ballots should grant power, not disguise its theft.
I totally agree. I totally agree. I be knowing. You have the floor.
Or could you repeat the question?
Yes, ma'am, sure. You can I'm sorry. If the people's ballot are being used to legalize their own loss of power, how do we rewrite the script before it becomes permanent?
I think oh, that's a good question. Kind of stumbled me a little bit. I would say if the I would say just making sure that you're, centralizing safety and efficiency. Um and to rewrite it, I don't know. I think you're gonna have to come back to me on that one, bro.
Okay.
I'm trying to get my thoughts together here. Y'all gonna have to bear with me.
Yeah, most there. Most there.
Bear with
Most
me,
there.
yeah.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad
Yeah.
because it's
Because I
moments
want to
where
say, I want to say, like, to rewrite it. How do we rewrite it? I want to say the centralized safety and efficiency for the people. I think I
hmm,
want to just land there. I think that's how we could do it. Like, so whatever we doing, we need to make sure that is like the main focus. You know.
centralized focus, consensus.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Dustin, you have the floor.
Well, I feel we should stop the get along dancing and standing around and stand up for ourselves by starting to hold everyone accountable. Hold yourself accountable. Hold your parents accountable. Hold your friends accountable for who they voting for and who you voting for. Like, don't just let the
Yeah.
people sit in office. Go ahead and get their phone number. Go on, give them a ring every day until they fix the issue. If you go over to your mama house and you ask her, if you ask her for money, you can ask her who she voting for. And y'all go ahead and have that conversation. You go on your grandpa house, ask for something to eat, you can ask them who they vote for. And if they don't know what you talking about, go ahead to what is it? Hold on. Jefferson County. What is it? Let's see, Jefferson County Election.com or BeaumontTexas.gov. And both of them, you
Uh-huh.
can pull up the ballot, the whole ballot,
Yep.
and it'll give you step by step of what you're voting on. And so you
Mm-hmm.
can go to that nice little website, Google, Type it on in, and it'll give you a breakdown. Matter of fact, with these
Yeah.
smartphones, you can just hit the button, and the little AI thing will explain it to you. If
Yep.
it explain it to you, it can explain it to them. So y'all go ahead, get y'all circle together, get that accountability circle. Go and get that vote that matter.
Man, I totally agree, brother. I just found out that I can't sing. I'm gonna have to try that later on in my own shower. Thank you, Dr. Campbell. I
Stop.
totally agree. I told let's say what? I so like my response to the roundtable question is it's simple. Um well, simple to me. I'm gonna say simple to me, and maybe even some of those that I do give enlightenment to. But it's simple. We educate, just like you know Miss Catherine said, just like I be knowing said, just like Dustin said. Education. We educate even the elders, the ones that's supposed to know. We think they know everything and they don't. So get that out your mind right now. Get ready to teach some elders some new stuff. And elders get ready to teach us some old stuff. So we have to educate and we gotta expose. Educate and expose. Host ballot nights where we just jumping on TikTok or Facebook or any other social media, and we doing a ballot breakdown, um, either singular by ourselves or in a group like this, where we tackling every last proposition, right? Breaking it down to the common denominator, right? Um, Neighborhood reading circles, voter boot camps, where we teach people how to vote. Period. How to use these ballots, how to use provisionals, how to use absentees, how to use the machine, all of it, right? Especially for our college students and military personnel. You can vote absentee, right? You don't have to change your voter registration if you're at college. Don't wait on CNN to explain a daggum thing. Because as you can clearly see, 4547 is coming after all media. And if you want the truth, it's probably hiding under a rock at this particular time. But again, break it down at the barbershop. Barbers, become familiar with this, you know, process. I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't engage in politics," but I guarantee you, the moment I cut your check, you're gonna become political. I promise you. Um, in the sanctuary, they say it's the separation of church and state. Okay, well, y'all gonna be in the sanctuary, right, and praising ye the Lord. Well, we in the fellowship hall in the parking lot talking doing this ballot breakdown. Or better yet, come meet us after church Sunday evening in the fellowship hall, and we gonna eat and we gonna talk about these 14 propositions on this ballot. You know what I'm saying? Do it on the
17.
porch.
17. It's
Huh?
17. It's 17 of them.
I thought it was 14.
I'm sitting here with the ballot in front of my face. It's 17, bro.
Thanks for that information. But like I said, I thought it was 14. My
Now
bad, Queen.
it's 17 from I think Texas period, but then you also got our city stuff that's on there too.
So you
Which is
have
five more.
17
Yeah,
propositions on the ballot for the state, plus the city's five
five.
proposition for the bond.
Yep.
Correct.
Proposition A, B, C, D, and E. Thank you for that information. Thought it was 14. My numbers are off, but again, 17. We'll go back through that next week and call out all 17 of them then. Since you want to be elusive. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll call them all out next week. And again, the blueprint is self-education. Like I be knowing said. Self-education and organizing the truth. because apparently it's hard to find these days. When the people understand the game, they stop being pawns and start playing like kings and queens, not rooks, not knights, not pawns, kings and queens. Could you just imagine playing checkers with a board full of kings and queens, or playing chess and there's nothing, nobody on the board but kings and queens? That's a nice chase around the board, I promise. Um, Segment three. Let's move on to our our local topic. Man, so y'all already know the title for this segment is the bond illusion. Debt disguised as development everywhere you live. So I don't care who you are, where you think you are, even if you're in a nursing home, you are going to be um, touched by this bond here in the city of Beaumont. So let's bring it home. Beaumont's got this $264 million bond on the ballot. One, two, three, four, five. Prop A, B, C, D, and E. Um, and they dressed it. They dressed it up like Christmas blessings or Thanksgiving, being that the election is in November. We'll say, yeah, we'll say Thanksgiving, huh? So like the same script is running from Detroit to Dallas, from Birmingham to Baton Rouge, and they call it progress. We call it payback for the insiders, is what we're calling it at this particular table. And I mean, of course, um, you know, we've we've been playing this go round for quite a bit on this bond, and so like I said, I definitely want um, our community to know what this bond means for us as a collective, whether you vote for yes or you vote for no. Again, I keep saying vote for yes or vote for no, because that's the only way that we're gonna make some movement happen here, right? They say it's about drainage and safety. I didn't see too much of that happening all over the city. No, not no mass draining projects, right? But when you look at it close, it's about development deals. They say it's about giving youth something to do. Mm, 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 mm. I'm gonna be good, Miss Cat. I'm gonna be good, but when there's reading, um, the way that this is reading is like the math ain't mathing, right? Where's the mentorship? Um, they want us to build fields, but not futures. They want to build image, but not intellect. Make that make sense, y'all. You you at least had the idea for a new police headquarters. From what I'm hearing, y'all, that's not even an option anymore. So if we can chip away at just the idea of some of these things that you had the audacity to throw in our face as if we're not going to read it, um, and scrutinize it and do deep due diligence with it and share it in our community, you had another thing coming. You definitely had another thing coming. And here's the kicker. The same folks pushing these details will be running for higher office in 2 years, bragging about, oh, I brought a bond to the city of Beaumont. Oh, I'm sorry. I told you when you got elected, you are yet still my friend, but I must speak out because you are my elected. I don't give a care what color you is, white, black, or indifferent that represents me in my city. I didn't say Ward 3. I didn't say at large. I said in my city. So if the shoe fits Cinderella's brother or Cinderella's sister, you gonna wear it. So be ready, people, because we coming for it again this week. Are y'all ready for y'all shots? Say yeah, man.
Come on with it.
Man, I'm telling you, I be knowing. You got the first shot. How
Okay.
can everyday residents demand transparency before going voting, before voting for this particular bond?
I would say just being aware. It just everything just goes back to just being aware and knowing what's going on before you voting for people. That's something that we already kind of established like early on in the show.
Hmm.
So just kind of just being aware.
Yeah,
Just being aware of who you're voting for. Like really checking, the history or whatever. And if it's something that's not sitting right, like calling it out. We already talked about that.
yeah, yeah,
Demanding that people being transparent, even the people that's in office now. Like if it's something that's going on that we're not liking, I I would say be realistic because we already know how it is if you're telling people to meet you at the city council meetings, to kind of represent some things or whatever. The people not gonna really show up,
right,
for
right,
nothing like that. But I would
right.
say, even knocking on doors, maybe knocking on doors, getting people to sign petitions and stuff like to make some things move, make people
Yeah,
be a little bit more transparent and stuff like that. So I think
right.
we could use the power of that.
I agree, especially with knocking on doors. Identifying all of these propositions that's on this ballot, right? Identifying how they may and or may not affect them, right? Whether it's a senior, a 21-year-old, somebody in college, anybody that may want to, you know, be in the know. But one of the things I remember you said in the beginning was, or earlier in a previous topic, was that you have to be willing to want to know.
Right.
You have to be willing to want to know, and that was one of the things that um as a kid, we, most of the things that that was going on in our city, we didn't really want to know. That was outside of our privy, right? Or
Right.
outside of our yeah, not necessarily intellect, but like that's not even in my imagination all back then, right? And
Yeah.
so people in their latter ages have to want to know. They're gonna have to want to be in those, in those kind of conversations, and in those particular spaces to understand. So
Right.
you're absolutely correct. Dustin, you ready for your shot?
Yep.
All right. What happens when cities fund recreation but not education?
It's easy. Life goes on. Cause think about it. Ain't nobody paying no money to watch nobody read. There's a reason Rome built the Colosseum. There's a reason there's a stadium, an arena in almost every city dang near, if not just the state. Cause that Rome built it to distract the people from the problems that they was really dealing with. So the more entertainment I could throw on you, the less you worried about this bull crap I'm doing over here.
Man, you messy, bro. You messy. I'm gonna replace you.
I'm just I just I just call it how it is.
I already know and I love it, man. I promise. What's going on, Terry Roy? What's going on? So somebody said something else in our chat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Y'all going off in our private chat. Y'all need to put that in the comments. Absolutely. Terry Roy said a lot of people will vote no, not knowing, and some will vote yes without studying. 100%. Um, Dr. Campbell, you ready for your shot?
Absolutely.
So, tilt it all the way back because I want to know, how do we tell community investments from a developer's hustle?
Right. We're going to start by following the money.
That's where it starts.
Real community investments funnel dollars into local jobs, schools, parks, and upkeep. Developer handouts flow straight into corporate profit line items. Hmm.
Hmm.
Watch the risk game. Genuine investments share both upside and downsides with residents.
Hmm.
Handouts socialize losses while privatizing every dollar of gain.
Mm-hmm.
Insist on the hard terms. True investments come with public milestones, clawbacks, and audits. Handouts hide in backroom deals, zero accountability.
Hmm.
Mhm. Call their bluff. Build on your own. Own the land. Use
Mm-hmm.
community land. Trust to keep property out of speculative cycles. Fund locally. Tap credit unions, CDFIs, and public banks to circulate capital without Wall Street strings.
Right. Right.
That's public bonds, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That the
Mm-hmm.
public can invest in as well.
Mm-hmm.
Govern transparently. Embed uh, participatory budgeting and binding oversight so residents, not politicians, control the purse. Debt isn't progress when the bill never leaves your doorstep. So keep your good eye open.
Keep your good eye open. Keep your good eye open and your fat wallet hidden. You hear me? Because they're coming for your money.
So no.
They want it in every which way they possibly can get it. Flashpoint to you, chat listeners, viewers. This is to you. And this is the question I want to know. And I'm going to put it in the chat for sure. Would you vote for debt? Would you vote for debt if it built real opportunity? Or is every bond another bait and switch? Type one for accountability, or I'm sorry, type one for opportunity, or type two for deception. Um, that's your flashpoint. Would you vote for debt if it built real opportunity, or is every bond another bait and switch? Type one for opportunity or two for deception. Um, know your rights. Um, You have the legal right to see every bid, every contractor, and every interest estimate before the election. Ask for it in writing. You could go to the city clerk's office, take a picture of it, or if you just want to see it, be like, let me see it. Okay, thank you, ma'am, and walk out. Don't have to pay nothing. Now, if you want a printed copy of it, you're going to have to pay. If you want just to do a screenshot, hey, I don't need a printer. Let me take a screenshot. I'm telling you, our city clerk's office will let you go in there, view whatever it is that you need to view, take a picture, walk out, share it to your social media, say to your people, hey, I went to the city clerk's office, got this information for y'all, and this is the information. This is the truth. This is where it's at. It's in black and white. That's what you need to do in order to find out if it's deception or if you want to know who's in the bids or who's asking for what. Ask for it in writing. That's what you do. They work for you. Ask for it. Um, Roundtable question: if local leaders keep calling debt progress, how can communities build their own models of growth owned and governed by the people? Dr. Campbell, you have the floor.
Oh, no. Okay, so I don't know how, but I lost my notes on that one, Chris. So you got to come back to me. You heard me.
Yes, ma'am, I heard you. Not a problem. Um, I be knowing. If local leaders keep calling debt progress, How can communities build their own models of growth owned and governed by the people?
I would say stop playing around with these bank systems and stuff like that and start getting into these trust funds. Start
Mm,
start educating yourself on your sovereignty. Start reading up on these type of things. Like
mm,
the stuff that they're not teaching us in school when they're teaching us to go to school to, go down the pipeline. These are the things
mm-hmm.
that we need to learn and unlearn. So I would say definitely like getting tapping into these trust funds, these insurance policies and stuff like that, and get these folks out our business. And that
Right.
way we could kind of start moving some stuff around, because as long as we have to depend on them and their structures and stuff like that, then it's gonna keep being the same thing.
I
History
totally agree.
repeats itself. Yeah.
I totally agree. Especially when again they bank on you being disconnected. Especially when they bank on you being dissociated or not even informed. So
Right.
yeah, they anticipate that. That's what they look forward to. Dustin, you have the floor.
It's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Those elected officials, easy way to fix it is stop allowing them to call themselves elected officials.
Point blank period. I like that one better than anything else out here. I promise. That's the one right there. Queen, you ready? Dustin, man, Dustin, you is messy because I love it. Dr. Campbell, you ready?
Yeah.
You want me to read
Okay.
the question?
No, I
Oh, you
got it.
got
I
it.
got it
Okay.
down. Democratize ownership. Okay, here we are. Oh, hold
I
on.
had
I'm
to go
sorry.
let your little friend out.
Uh, well, we all have to have our time.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Yeah, democratize ownership, transfer land and infrastructure into community land trusts and co-ops so as that serve residents, not outside investors.
Yeah.
Finance from within, issue local bonds, co-op shares, or tap CFIDs and credit unions. This keeps capital and returns circulating locally, not
Hmm.
lining Wall Street pockets. Lock in accountability, embed binding participatory budgeting, public milestones, and clawback clauses so that every dollar is tracked and failures trigger refunds.
Hmm. Hmm.
Mm, that's it.
I totally agree. I totally agree. Um, we definitely just one of the things I heard is that we have to be informed. We have to be a collective. It has to be a collective. It has to be a collective. And
Mm.
we got to do it all at the same time. That's what I heard. Family, the answer is this: all three of those, plus we stop asking permission to build. I keep saying it. Dustin said it. I be knowing said it. And this is her first time on the show. Um, Dr. Campbell says it all the time when she says, we need to reach back. We got to reach back. We got to reach back. We need to stop asking permission to build as we move forward. We create cooperatives, land trusts, just like Dr. Campbell said. Cooperatives, again, y'all, is areas what Key said. I mean, I be knowing said in the beginning. You live in an apartment, put some flowers on your banister. I'm gonna put some vegetables and whatnot on my banister. You put some herbs and spices on your banister. That's cooperative. That's collaboration. And so when you don't have those like community banks and learning hubs in your favor, those are the individuals that you're gonna have to go to, right? We invest in our own literacy, our labor, and our own commerce. We did it before. It's not a thing to do it again. I promise you. When we control the plan, we control the progress. The cure ain't begging, y'all. It's becoming the builders ourselves. If the city won't reach out to us about participating or even being part of their bond in um, bid process, that's fine. We shut ourselves in just like we are currently, and we begin to build from within. We're not no longer asking those individuals for permission. Period. It's again, it's becoming the builders ourselves. All right, y'all. So that kind of wraps up our show. I would definitely ask Dr. Campbell to give us something to close us out for the week. I'll be knowing. You can follow Dr. Campbell with your just something to keep us progressive for the week. And then Dustin, you can wrap them up and then I'll give my close. Dr. Campbell, you have the floor.
When power hides behind ballots and budgets, truth demands a louder voice than slogans. Okay. Build what they want fun and question what they call progress. And woe to those who call evil good and good evil, and who
Woe be
put
unto you.
darkness for light and light for darkness. Uh-oh.
Woe be unto you. And,
Mm-hmm.
and look, that's it. I ain't even fighting you no more. That woe be unto you. I be knowing you have the floor.
When you've been doing things a certain way, um, or you've been ignorant to something, or you just been going blind, and somebody comes and presents you with a different type of truth and show you a different perspective and the way to look at things, don't have cognitive dissonance. If somebody walk you to the drawing board and show you how 2 + 2 = 4, and you still gonna turn around and tell me, yeah, but we been doing it like it was 5, you know, like come on now. Like if somebody gonna walk you to the drawing board and show you that, like don't have cognitive dissonance, really, because ignorance is very contagious. And then you spread it down to the next generation. And then we got to live with that. So just kind of think about those things. Be open to learn.
Man, that's powerful. That was powerful. Dustin, give us something for the rest of the week.
Well, this week word of the week is citizen. As an
Oh,
American citizen.
American citizen. Okay, I see what you're saying. I see how you playing too, because last week you went to Patriot. This week is citizen. Go ahead. I want to hear what
So, a citizen is a person who belongs to a particular country, state, or commonwealth by birth, naturalization, and has legal recognized rights and duties as a member of that entity.
uh-huh.
Now, the naturalization part, the immigration process, the whole shebang. But what y'all also don't realize is just because your place of birth might not touch the United States, that don't make you not a citizen because military bases count as U.S. territories. And speaking of U.S. territories, guess which ones fall under that umbrella? Let's start with Puerto Rico. Let's start with Guam, Virgin Islands, America Samoa. All those are territories of America. So guess what that means? When you're born there, you guessed it, you are an American citizen. So all y'all who, fail social studies and all those other classes in school that keep getting mad about the Super Bowl performance, guess what? Outside of Kendrick Lamar, Dr. Dre, Bad Bunny is about the only American it's been for years. Everybody else has been a foreign person. But y'all mad because Bad Bunny won't speak English in none of his songs. Hey, I don't know now one of Bad Bunny songs personally because I don't speak Spanish. But I can tell you one thing, they got a vibe to them and the people love them. So guess what? If you don't like it, don't listen to it. But shut up about it because we don't care.
Citizen.
Yeah, you a citizen, so shut your citizen ass up.
Somebody saying he don't speak bunny. Miss Cat, Dr. Campbell, Dr. Campbell, that had to be you. Yeah.
No, that was
That
be
was
knowing. That was be knowing.
that was yes, that's I be knowing saying, and he don't speak bunny.
I don't speak Spanish and I don't speak bunny.
But his beat is on point.
I'm talking
Yeah.
about his beats be on, you hear me? Man, y'all killing me and he's in his back chat. Oh
But why
man, tonight
4547 said he spoke to the president of Puerto Rico last week?
he talked to himself.
He was probably looking in the mirror.
No, he actually made
wait,
a public
wait,
speech about
didn't
that.
he? Didn't he speak to the president of Puerto Rico once before?
See, because the idiot probably was talking to the president of Venezuela or somewhere and thought because they spoke Spanish, they must be in Puerto Rico.
see, see, y'all wrong for that. Y'all wrong for that. But hey, 4547 said he loves the uninformed and the undereducated.
But he also said he was in shape.
What kind of shape? Oval?
Nah, physically fit.
Pear? What you mean, like a pear shape?
Sure. More like an orange.
What you mean, like swollen shape? No, let me stop. Tonight, y'all, I definitely want to thank y'all for tuning in. We definitely had fun as always. And I definitely hope that you got a wealth of information tonight, especially about the cover up, the cash, and the collapse. That was the title of this particular episode. But we didn't stop there. We built the blueprint, y'all. We expected and we exposed the conflicts, right? Greed, control, and manipulation. We revealed the causes, right? Apathy, distraction, and fear. We named the consequences, right? Loss of power, deeper debt, and weakening communities, right? And we've even offered the cure: awareness, organization, and self determination. Those things have to happen, especially in a collaborative. Establishing a collaborative. The fight back blueprint isn't a theory, it's an assignment, y'all. Start local, learn your laws, just like Abi Noan said. Read your ballots, hold your leaders accountable, like Dr. Campbell and Dustin said. If they won't stand with you, replace them with someone who will. I promise you, there is a wealth of information from individuals who are willing to put themselves and their necks on the chopping block for us. But it's us who aren't in the fight with those individuals. And I do want you to know individuals like myself, Terry Roy, Tony, uh, Renfro as well, are individuals who have put their necks on the line for these citizens and city several times. And when we turn back to see who we're in the fight with or who's in the fight with us, it's vacant. It's nobody. But I'm sorry. I'm a servant to my heart, and I'm going to make sure that me, mine, and my family are good. And if you just so happen to get caught up in the midst of making sure that me, mine, and my family is good, then you must be in good company. I definitely want you all to know, my brothers and sisters, at the Disconnect podcast, thank you, your audience as well. I hope they were able to get some information here on the Roundtable Talk. Um, and the Knowledge is Power podcast live. I mean, like it goes hand in hand. Knowledge is power. So I definitely want to thank you, um, I be knowing, and Jay, for coming on. This is not going to be the last time. Again, we had great information to share with you all on tonight, and I greatly appreciate her being here.
Thank you
To
for
my
having me.
co-host, absolutely, Queen, absolutely. To my co-host, Dr. Campbell, Perry, and Dustin, as always, y'all keep this table solid. I thank y'all. And to our viewers and listeners and neighbors across the country, across the globe, don't ever let them tell you your power doesn't belong to the people. It always has. It just requires maintenance. So, stay alert, y'all. Stay aware, and as always, stay prayed up, stay prayed up, stay prayed up. God bless y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Have a good night.